That's what I'm saying. People like us more focus on taxes. There are so many shopping malls. You heard about ghost shopping malls?
For example, even if I have to arrive at 1.5 CR, how do I arrive to that?
Last transaction. And if they have opportunities for work, they'll need opportunity to live or space to live. That's how the real estate get evolved. My follow-up question was how a market is built.
How a market is built.
How a area is built, developed.
Suppose when a residential project comes or a office space, commercial,
Why a residential project comes?
cheap land, closer to the city.
Sorry?
There are many aspects, right? Where they can get acquire land for a cheaper rate.
Why someone will acquire land?
So it starts with the commercial activity. When some commercial activity happens, people start working there, which initiates the
Triggers
the change.
It's very natural. It's very natural. It's very organic. So if you look at any city today, city has its own economics, and every city has its own dynamics. So what happens? The growth of city depends upon multiple factors. Why it attracts? So it attracts people. First of all, people need to work. So they need to work. So if there are opportunities available for city to grow, then work opportunities will come. And if they have opportunities for work, they'll need opportunity to live or space to live. That's how the real estate get evolved. So if you look at any city, let's say top 10 cities, what is happening in India? How many are from tier 1 cities? Tier 1 cities, like top metro cities. City having population more than 50 lakhs. 1, 2. Most of us are from small towns, where the population was probably a million or a 2, maybe less than million also. I am from a town where the population was 8 lakh, Jodhpur in Rajasthan. So now it is 20 plus, 2 million plus. So what is happening? People are going to bigger cities for work, for improved lifestyle. So what is it known as? Urbanization. People are moving from small town to bigger town in search of work, for opportunities, for better lifestyle. So have you heard of this natural phenomena known as Fibonacci series or sequence? What it tells? It tells about the impact it creates on the output. So it's nothing but simple mathematically says the next number is a summation of previous two numbers. So for cities also, you have economic activity. If you have economic activity, people will come and work, because people are coming, they need housing. People are coming, they are creating more economic activity, more work will be required, more people will come. So every year the sequence will increase. So every year, because more people are coming to a town, opportunities to work will increase based on how many people came last year and how much real estate was built last year. Right? So the sequence will increase every year. So every year urbanization impact will be summation of urbanization impact for previous year plus development. So what is happening in Bangalore today? Today Bangalore attracts around 2 to 2.2 lakh employees directly into IT sector. Every IT job creates an impact of another 2. So you can easily say on an average around 4 to 4.5 lakh people are coming to Bangalore. So that's
This is every year.
Every year.
Annually 4 lakhs.
Every year 4 lakh new people. So they are adding to the series. They are creating more impact. So people who come in last 10 years or last year, let's say 4 lakh people, they will make families. So population organically also increase and new people will come. So inorganically also increase. So 2024 saw a huge amount of action. What you can say, so how I use a simple example of household activity to explain how pricing moves. So I'm sure everyone have done at least once or twice, they must have tried to boil the milk. Who has done?
Boil milk.
Boiling a milk.
Everyone.
What do you do? What do you do to boil a milk?
Put it in a...
So there is a container. So if you have a 1 liter milk, you'll take a container which is at least 1.5 2 liter ka size. You'll put on a gas. You'll boil it. Right? Fire. Fire is demand. Because of demand, the milk will boil. It's real estate. Milk is real estate. Pricing is the rise of milk in the container. So more demand, if the fire is very high, if you put low flame, milk will take more time to get boiled. If you put high flame, milk will be
Faster.
so rise in price will be
Faster.
faster. If you have tried that,
Yeah.
many times you want to just go and brush your teeth, so you'll just put the flame low and go and come in 10-15 minutes and then drink the milk. By mistake, if you kept it high, what will happen?
Overflow.
Overflow. The price will go beyond your expectation.
You missed it. You missed it.
That's what happened last year. We were aware, we know what kind of pricing is happening in certain micro market, what kind of demand is there. I must admit, I am a consultant, I track market, I have assessment of market, but I also probably was wronged in some aspect last year. And as a team, we saw that we were surprised to see the price rise or the pace of boiling of milk was much higher than what we anticipated. So it actually went in the very, very hot zone. Now what is happening is the market is there, the milk is there, you want to drink the milk, you can't. Why?
Price is high. I spill.
Why?
Price
The
is high.
container is hot.
Hot. The container is hot. The container is hot, the milk is not. Have you done where you've taken some milk from the fridge and put in a cup and put in a microwave? If you do for 1 minute, what will happen?
Container will be hot.
Hot, but milk will not be.
Milk will not be.
So market is hot, products not. That's the difference. So the pricing is actually gone in certain micro markets at a very, very rapid pace, and there is a demand. But then probably it is going beyond the capacity of certain segment of buyers. So like you want to drink milk, but you can't because it's too hot. The container or the cup is too hot, not the milk. Milk is same. The real estate product is same. What has changed is the flame.
So, sir, you're saying it's overpriced right now.
Flame is high.
So the demand is high.
Demand is high.
So that's why its price is hiked.
It's correct.
It's
There's
correct.
It's correct. But flame is high. So we were also surprised. We thought organically will increase. We went to brush our teeth and then suddenly backside mein milk overflow. So rise on prices it went beyond our control. We were also not ready. In fact, as a team, we lost a lot of transactions.
This
It's
was
bad, but-
last year, right?
24.
24. So, when people realize that they can't afford it anymore, won't the flame go down and prices will also come?
So it's not realization, it's the capacity. If you can't afford, it's not your realization, it's your status. You can't afford, right? You can't, there is no realization. The realization is the price is gone high. There are people who are ready to buy even now if the price is not that high.
So it's like you want to buy it.
You
the
want to
location
drink,
is
but you
still
can't drink,
demand,
yeah.
But you can't buy it.
Yeah. So in going back to the same example, if your milk is not hot but the container is hot, what you'll do? You want to further increase the flame? Then what you can do? What options are there? You change the container, put a bigger one, you'll get some extra time. Change the micro market for real estate perspective, right? Or switch off and wait. Right? So either switch off or wait or change to a bigger micro market. That's what I think is happening in last quarter. So I did some research and we found, and it's not only real estate, we try to check what is happening in the investment scenario. We check the movement of gold prices, we check the movement of stock market also, and we also probably compared the rise in real estate. So what we did, we actually checked which all projects were launched in quarter 1 in Bangalore, what price they were launched, and how the pricing of those particular projects which were launched in quarter 1, 24 were at 24 4 last end of the 2024. So on an average, we saw projects which were launched, and they were largely in east. A lot of launches happen in east part of Bangalore, which is mostly Whitefield, Bengaluru, or towards outer side of Whitefield. The prices when they launched at Q1 and Q4, it was almost a delta of 35 to 40%. Why it was there? Because the flame was high. The demand was so, they were getting sold in 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. People were like standing in queue to buy. Even before the announcement happens of the project, people were ready at the site to buy. That's why the increase happened. And of course, who will not, businessmen, they would like to maximize their profit. So when they see so much demand, they probably got opportunity to change the pricing on the higher side. So we saw a lot of areas. So if I just want to classify a market in, let's say, 2 or 3 categories, like the hot categories, where the pricing demand is there. Hot categories where huge demand, a lot of people want to buy, but the pricing is so high. So only few people can buy. So markets like, for example, east part of Bangalore, which is, let's say, some part of Whitefield, some part of Bengaluru, which is southeast market. So you can say if you want to create a cone kind of shape from central, let's say Indranagar. So you go to extreme east, Whitefield, and southeast, Sajapur Road, Bengaluru. That cone probably got the highest demand and highest traction, but the price rise was also highest. And not only primary, it was highest on the resale also. So we saw price rise from Q1 to Q4 in the tune of 35 to 40%. If you look at the luxury products, which are upwards of 5 CR, surprisingly 5 CR upwards of projects also got a hike of 35 to 40%. Like when they were launched in January and when they ended in December, the range even for luxury segment was around 35 plus percent. We also saw some amount of action happening on central, north central market, which is Hebal. Why I say north? Because if you look at north markets actually start from Hebal. So there are 3 parallel roads. One is Hanur Road, Tanisandar Road, and Airport Road, which is Hebal to Yelahanka and Airport. So that market, Hebal market particularly, saw a lot of action. Huge amount of demand. Again, same, because of demand, pricing going high. So some launches happened and some resale properties were there. They saw the upside of almost 35% plus. So if you look at the kind of market which was there last year, primary and resale both, and followed by rental also. Of course, rental will follow the sale price. If the sale price is very high, people will try to go on rental because there is so much demand for rental. Again, they will increase. Right. So rental also saw upside in these areas, but it followed the sale price. So we saw these markets getting really hot. So what happens? Then something happens which were very tricky. There's a balancing act in nature. Every phenomena will have some balancing act. Some development happens, like the metro corridor got strengthened. The metro connectivity happened from Whitefield to Mysore Road also. We all saw. People actually started exploring Mysore Road because the travel time was less. So there was a lot of demand for people who can't afford Whitefield. They started exploring Mysore market because the travel time in metro is 40 minutes, 45 minutes, which is as good as you're going from Bengaluru. So that's how it was. So it was a balancing act.
So wait, you were saying people were looking for properties in Mysore Road instead of Whitefield.
For especially rental, a lot of people moved to Mysore Road. A lot of people invested in Mysore Road.
But they're working. They want to be in Whitefield.
They're working in Whitefield.
Whitefield, so that
For
they can
them-
avoid trap. Got it.
Because they were working in Whitefield, they can travel every day 40 minutes. Even if they're staying in Bengaluru, the travel time is same.
45 minutes.
And metro is much more convenient. So that was one of the you can say balancing act. It is triggered by people. Of course, not everyone. See, you have a capacity to buy. You can't change it overnight. It takes time. Unless you are lucky, you get some money from your ancestors or some father. He'll give you sell some property and give you enough money. You can't organically change your capacity to buy. So that's there. So if you look at that aspect, I think those areas still hot. Now only 2 things can happen. Either you wait for pricing to get settled, go towards warm side, or you move to another market. You change the container. Followed by that, the second segment was there are some areas where the prices was reasonably okay and demand was also reasonably okay. So if you look at areas which are a little away from hot areas, let's say Banagatta Road or Kanakpura Road on the south side, or areas beyond Yalanka on north side, or areas towards the West Bangalore. West Bangalore was surprisingly not very action oriented because there was limited supply and there was because of limited supply, the sales action was also slow. The demand was slow. If more people actually move from hot zone to warm zone, or it will continue like that. Probably more supply will come. If more supply will come, then of course pricing may actually be much more stable because there is more opportunity to buy. So there are a lot of areas which are actually warm. You have seen or have you heard of the area Chikturpati? It's little equidistance from Whitefield and Sarjapur Road. So that area is one where you have a lot of plotted development right now. It is also getting connected through STRR. Have you travelled down STRR?
Yeah.
So STRR actually connects from West Tumkur Road to Devanalli going up to Hoskote. So that connectivity is actually improving and it will come to Whitefield also. And it will come to, ultimately it will connect to Nice Corridor. So it will actually ease. It will ease the demand and the pricing. So that area is looked for. Secondly, going by the same example, after metro connectivity, certain areas which are warm or not naturally green became active, like Mysore Road. This year, Electronic City will be the area to look for because metro activities, I think, probably just started. It's connected by metro, and Electronic City is also very warm. Actually, it's more normal, natural. Pricing is stable for last almost 2 years, we can say. So this area will get good traction because of metro connectivity. That's the trigger point. So that's the area to look for. Then you go to south. Metro connectivity is already there on Kanakpura Road. Infrastructure is very good. Water availability is very good. That area is also will see good action.
Sir, are there any projects getting built in Electronic City?
There will be projects which will come in Electronic City. Now a lot of supply, new projects will be launched this year by good developers. So, and at good prices, attractive prices. They've not increased. So the price will only increase if again the flame is high. More people rush to buy there. If you see queues of people standing on the side to buy, then of course the price will go up.
So are you suggesting that people should start looking already?
I am not suggesting anything. I am just telling. You decide how much flame you want to put. Whether you want
So
to.
the
bring
flame
water-
is low right now.
Yeah.
You
it's
can
normal.
You can look into buying properties.
Yes.
Will that be a flop if they buy and then the flame is shut off in a year or so? But okay,
You can
metro
wait for
connectivity.
it. You can wait. Naturally, flame will not go zero, right? So because then it's
Electronic City has had this before, where the expectation of Electronic City was it's going to become like a IT hub with the airport shifting to North Bangalore afterwards. So the area sort of stagnated a little.
it also stagnated because there is no other space. Electronic City is fully developed. There is no space to build any new tech park or residential. So you must have heard the government have announced another similar development like Electronic City on Sarjapur Road, Swift.
Oh yeah,
It's around 2,000 acres. So Electronic City is on the right hand side. If you go further up and take a left turn to go to Sarjapur right, that part will be built as another, you can say technically Electronic City phase 3 or new tech area by government. The government will give land at attractive price to developers or companies that will create and trigger demand for commercial activity. In turn will create demand for residential. So that area is also right now green, the third zone, like hot, warm and green. So that's a green area. You'll see if things fall in place, because right now it depends. If things fall in place, then this will see good action. It may move to warm in this year. Maybe if things happens very fast, then it may move to hot also. So that's also one area to look for. So we see, again, like last year we got a shock. I don't know what 2025 holds for us. We have learned something from last year, but still we don't know. There's always a surprise. Right, so we'll see how it goes. But I think there is a good amount of action happening in the ground. People will start exploring new markets. New markets will get evolved because, as nature says, you have to ease the thing. You cannot have a activity, a area perpetually hot. It will evaporate. It's not possible, right? So you can't have perpetual hotness. So people will stabilize. Either there will be less activity. I'm not saying price will go down, maybe, but the sales may reduce. Price may continue to be at that level or slightly go up, but only people who can afford that kind of money can buy. Like if you go to CBD and trophy projects, trophy properties are those which are agnostic of hot, warm or natural things. They are trophy properties or locations. The price doesn't depend upon anything. If you look at Koramangala third block, it's a trophy area. People who are buying at that area are not looking at demand, supply, pricing and all that. They want to have an address. They'll pay any money. So transactions have happened at 65,000 rupees square feet also. And people who are buying are not actually normal, like they are top guys in business and industries. If you look at Kingfisher Tower, that's a trophy property. It doesn't depend upon pricing and demand and supply and all that. People want to buy, they'll pay any money to buy a trophy property.
It's not about market standards then.
It's agnostic of market dynamics. So there are always some areas, some trophy properties which will have that kind of demand. It create a cult. Like if you look at East May Adarsh Palm rated villas, they are trophy villas. Now it's not actually guided by market dynamics. People pay any money to buy a villa there because it became a hub. It became a hub of entrepreneurs.
It's similar to Golfshire.
Golfshire, yes. So those are very unique and different. They are agnostic of market, but they will continue. But for the other markets, other locations, things will evolve. You will have change in hot areas, warm areas, and naturally green areas. This year, you will also see a lot of action on plotted development farmlands, which are technically green.
So in terms of so certain people, say for example, if South as a region is where they have to look or for an apartment or a house, now the market East is where you mentioned it was hot. Now someone has to stay around that area because probably they work or something. What is the expected this thing for? Okay, if this market is hot according to us, where can they look for as an option or an opportunity? Okay, not just for investment purpose. I'm thinking from end use as well.
So I'll tell you what we have seen is investment purpose or probably you want to build another asset. It has no linking with your workplace or living place. They just want to invest in some place which can give a assured return or a confident return, as well as there's a good possibility of sale or liquidation. So people who are, it depends upon the quantum money you have. Someone who is living in Whitefield also who has already purchased a 4 crore ka unit can still invest 50 lakhs. Now he's already invested 4 crores. 50 lakhs he can't invest in Whitefield. He has to go to some place like Chittorpati or North Bangalore to buy a plot or apartment. So there are a lot of people who are, quantum is different. Their first buy is 4 crores, second buy is 50 lakhs. It depends. So even if he wants to stay in Whitefield, he may not be able to buy anything in that. So then he has to move to some locations like faraway locations, Chittorpati, North Bangalore or Hosur for example, or closer to nice corridor in Kanakpura Road. It is not linked to, because it may not be their first property. It may be their second or third. I'll tell you example. 2 bedroom in Bengaluru was actually selling at 1.1, 1.2 CR. There were a lot of clients who wanted to buy 2 bedroom at 1.2, 1.25 CR. The price went up to 1.55 CR. 25 lakh is a big number for a person who is buying 2 bedroom. It's almost 20%. What we told them, instead of buying 1 2 bedroom here, you should go to green areas where the 2 bedrooms are costing around 70 lakhs. You buy 2. Those 70 lakhs, there are high chances of going to 1 crore plus than this 1.5 going to 2. So then for them the delta is less. Opportunity is very high. Instead of 1, they are buying 2. So instead of drinking 1 cup of milk, you can have 2 milk cups. And then that can also turn out to be a very good fancy milkshake instead of plain milk.
Paneer.
Paneer. So if you go to another area, the milk you can add some toppings and become a very good milkshake, chocolate milkshake or something.
एक्स्ट्रा दूध आ गया पनीर बना दो.
पनीर बना दो. नहीं, पर उसके लिए दूध को फाड़ना पड़ेगा.
थोड़ा तो काम करना पड़ेगा.
Market has to crash. So what happens? This happens in area. It's happening in shopping mall. From milk to paneer. There are so many shopping malls. You know, you heard about ghost shopping malls in
Ghost?
India? Ghost shopping malls. So there are 300 plus organized shopping malls, let's say in India. More than 50, I think, I don't know the exact number, more than 50 are ghost, empty. No tenants or less, or 1 or 2 tenants. We have 1 or 2 in Bangalore also. They are ghost shopping malls. So they are just built, no demand. Shopping malls are very, very different game. So now what do you do with that? So then people, and it has happened in Hyderabad also, it has happened in Delhi also. Shopping malls were built for a purpose. If there was no demand, no takers, they converted those shopping malls into either office space or hotel, or in some cases hospital also. So that's what is happening. So milk to paneer is that example.
I think I know one of the examples also. Esteem Mall, they
Yeah.
they added a co-working space on top. That's
Yes,
one of the
yes,
example of a
yes.
similar.
They add a hotel also in that.
There
Co-working
was a
space.
mall in MG Road also, right? Some Vega,
Yeah.
their old mall.
No.
Brigade Road, sorry.
Brigade Road, there was a mall which was only for girls, like women's mall only. So there were no takers, so they had a Decathlon now, and there are some other brands which have come. It was women's only mall. The concept was that. It's a unique concept, didn't work out. So women don't want to go alone.
Oh, they wouldn't allow guys to enter only.
There was nothing for them to do.
Oh, yeah.
They allow,
But they allowed.
but there was nothing to do.
So, is there going to be a slowdown in any format, or do you see just a stability or correction?
There will be more demand for sure, because we know people are ready to buy. They are unable to buy because of either location or price. So either they have to adjust their location, which is easier, or they have to increase the capacity to buy, which is a little difficult, but demand is there. There is a latent demand which is there in the market. We have so many clients in our database who are willing to buy, but there are no appropriate properties for them. So either location is not matching or pricing is not matching, and we have lost a lot of deals because of that.
So if somebody is looking for a short term, like 3 to 4 years, so which zone do you think they should invest in? Whether it's a warm or it's a green? Because green we don't know when it will rise.
Of course, green is always best.
But for high returns, warm might become an hot, but green will become a warm and then it becomes an hot. So
Is
for
that
more
the
returns-
organic requirement, right? That should be the right process. If green is directly jumping to hot, like it's like you're putting a milk container on an induction machine and putting the highest temperature. So it will like have you gone to any roadside dhaba and had tea? Making tea will take 5-7 minutes organically, right? If you go to any person, these roadside, they will put on an induction machine and put the highest temperature. They'll make the tea in 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. The taste is disastrous.
So you're saying from green it might go to hot immediately. From green it might go to hot directly.
It's not good, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not good for the market as well.
It's not good for the product also. See, you are a developer. You are building a apartment for 100 rupees. Your mind is 100 rupees I have to sell. Your cost is under 100. Your input is under 100. Suddenly, because so many people are going to buy, you'll make a price of 200. But your cost is same. So someone buying a 200 product with the cost of less than 100, is it good? That's what I'm saying. Originally, green should move to warm, warm should move to hot. If there is a price construct, there should be cost construct also. You have done so much shoots, you see the difference in the specifications. See, if you're doing an apartment, you're putting a marble flooring or you're putting a vitrified tiles. Vitrified tiles are done when the expectation is to sell at 1 crore. A marble is done when the expectation to sell at 2 crores. But if you're selling a vitrified tile at 2 crores, Is that good? That's why the cost construct and the price construct should sync. What I'm trying to say is there will be more new green areas which will come this year, which will probably will be the point for look for, a micro market to look for. The hot properties will or hot markets will continue to be at that level till something happens. Either there is a change in pricing or there is a change in the micro market. But warm markets and green areas are good to look for. The demand is there. Demand is there.
This is not on topic, but what's your take on Dubai market? Is it hot? It's just like
What is happening in Dubai market?
all I see on social media is just
Forget about social media.
Sir,
What is happening in
tax,
Dubai?
there is no 0% income tax. Dubai, matlab you don't pay taxes.
Forget about that also. What is happening in Dubai? Why people are going to Dubai?
money.
Yeah, to save money. I guess
Save money.
as in they're the
Safest country.
Safest
You
country.
remember
That's
in
why.
COVID, the best managed COVID things were in Dubai. It was disaster even in US, even in India, even in China. Dubai was the best place to manage. So people have realized that it's a global city. People from all over world are buying there. The policies and things are very, government is very favorable. So every person who can afford a international house is going to Dubai. A lot of people from India, entrepreneurs, businessmen, film stars, celebrities, they have gone to Dubai. People are coming from US, Europe, everywhere. They're having a second home in Dubai. Dubai is becoming a global destination. That's what I'm saying. People like us more focus on taxes. People who are buying in Dubai, they are not bothered by tax and all that. So
I think I have one question, but I think you covered it up.
you can
But
still ask, no problem.
yeah, so I had this incident with this guy day before yesterday, where he asked about the. Oh, oh, shouldn't I say it? He asked me that if I'm from address advisor, and he asked me that he has a friend who wants to sell sell his home somewhere, and he don't know what to quote his property at, like at what price. So does it is it based on the green worms? Like you told the spaces, right? That it's warm zone, green zone. It is based upon that the prices like he should quote his property at.
So I'll tell you how someone arrives at a price or like a construct of a price. How you arrive at a price. Construction cost is different. Cost is like how much you have to buy and put in. That's standard. That's different. Price construct is very interesting. So when you want to sell, what do you need? A buyer,
Yeah.
a willing buyer with money, and a willing buyer with money with the intent to buy your property,
And a good consultant.
and a good consultant.
Address
That's where address advisors.
comes into the picture and helps you out.
Find the right person with the willingness to buy the property at the right price. So what we do is, if you want to sell, you need to know how many people are ready to buy your unit, have capacity to buy, intent and capacity to buy your unit at what price. That's how construct happens. So what we do is, we do the listing of the properties at a particular price, and we see how much responses we are getting. Let's say we list a property at, let's say, 1.5 CR, and we are getting 1 or 2 response. They are also not going to the next step. So what we do, we reduce the price by 5 lakh or 4 lakh or something, and see how much new demand is coming. So if we see more action,
Correct.
then that's the right construct. There is a scope of negotiation also. 1.45 is not final. But if there is no demand at that also, then we have to go further down. We have to keep on exploring that price point at which you'll get, let's say, 5 to 10 interested parties with the willingness to buy and money in the pocket. We'll do negotiation with them, and then we'll realize the right price.
There's one more part to this question then in that case. Now, where do you start from? For example, even if I have to arrive at 1.5 CR, how do I arrive to that?
Last transaction.
We check the last transaction.
If not in same project, neighboring project. If not in neighboring project, similar properties in different micro market. So,
Comparable products,
worst case
basically.
scenario, the cost plus some margin. If you are the builder or if you are doing a project and you bought a plot, you built 5 flats and you want to sell each flat, then how much cost you've incurred plus some margin, you start from there.
Yeah, recently I saw some Instagram post and all. So they say like if you have less money, so instead of investing in real estate, they can invest in REITs. So which one do you think is a better one?
In investing,
REITs.
REIT is it's a share in
Yeah, so
commercial tech
like
parks.
in terms of investment, so which do you think is a better option?
REIT is a fixed return, like you get 5-6% every quarter. They'll diligently send you the return every quarter. If you buy REITs, whatever, like 3 REITs are there or 4 REITs are there, you buy their shares every quarter. They'll send you money. Like every quarter they send 5 to 6%. It's not much. The REIT pricing don't go up and down very high. It's a fixed rental. It's just like you're owning some part in a tech park. So it's a assured rental. But in US, all the tech parks are going through major crisis because in India, people are still telling, companies are telling employees to come back and work. In US, still people are working from home. So large amount of tech parks and office spaces are vacant. So a lot of REITs are struggling actually. ठीक है सर. Thank you.